Hey everybody, welcome to 5 Minutes of Management alongside Frank Kalman. I'm Rick Bell. Frank, we have an extra special edition of Workforce Magazine this month for September. We have the special HR technology issue, which we're really excited about. We think it's an excellent issue that everybody should read and just some really great information in there. And we're going to be promoting one more time free bacon.
Workforce Live will be in Chicago on September 1st at the Four Seasons. We'll be in Dallas September 7th, in Las Colinas at the Four Seasons, and then we'll be capping off our fall season on September 22nd at the Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco. So if you're in any of those markets, you got to check it out. And as Rick said, free bacon, free eggs. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So, all right, so Frank, what do you got?
So, Rick, companies are rethinking annual raises. That's right. News came out this week that some firms are actually coming out with new compensation policies that promote more frequent, larger bonuses for higher performing employees as opposed to the typical annual 2-3% raise that keeps up with inflation. According to the Wall Street Journal, companies who are changing their policies say that doing more frequent, larger bonuses just for high performers is more effective than just kind of giving blanket across the board 3% raises. For instance, if I was a high performer and I was given a 3% raise at the end of the year and you were a mediocre performer, not that you are in real life, and you got a 2% raise, it's really a symbolic difference, and it's not really motivating either of us to go the extra mile.
Well, and there's always the talk about we need A players, but we also need grave diggers too, or ditch diggers too. So yeah, it cuts both ways, and I do see the value of having merit raises. There's nothing at all wrong with that. I think it's a fair policy.
And it's not all rosy. I mean, you do run into the situation where if you are just giving larger bonuses to only high-performing employees, you may have a workforce dynamic where there's jealousy and envy. And let's be honest here. The majority of grunt work in most companies is done by sort of that middle-level, sort of mediocre employee performers. And if you're not compensating them and not motivating them, a lot of the menial stuff is not going to get done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Word is still out on how that plays out.
And I think it's something that's going to continue to be played out. It's nothing. You're going to have those arguments for years and years.
Sure. So what do you got?
So Frank, HR technology, ironically, because we have the special HR tech issue, it's in the news. So for the third consecutive year, if you want to invest in HR technology, venture capital is right behind you. So record highs for 2015, and already in 2016, we've seen $600 million invested through venture capital in HR technology type firms. And on top of that, for all of 2015, it was 383 deals at $2.4 billion.
Whoa.
So yeah, no, that's pretty big numbers. Okay, now I got a quick quiz for you, Frank.
Go for it.
Which beleaguered, embattled, and battered HR tech firm leads the VC funding over the past 5 years? We'll have that answer for you at the end of the show.
Okay.
So yeah, with recruitment, Marketplace hired, got $40 million so far this year. Snagajob got $100 million, and Checker, the background checking company, also got $40 million so far this year. So it's a big market, Frank.
Yeah, you're seeing companies, come across a lot of employee data. Big data is a huge trend. You're seeing companies have this massive trove of data. They don't know what to do with it, so it makes sense. You're seeing a lot of startups come into the market, provide these services and softwares that they're saying, hey, you can organize your employee data and it can help you streamline a lot of your operations. So I'm not surprised that you're seeing this.
Yeah, and really, it's interesting because HR always seems to be portrayed as the administrative organization, but HR is really leading the charge into cloud computing and putting all of its operations into the cloud, and these companies are really evident of that move.
And on a deeper level, you're even seeing some companies venture into the world of predictive machine learning. I mean, you're really seeing a lot of fancy stuff happening in HR land. As long as the data is available, these companies are going to continue to sprout up and try and grab markets. So I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so quiz time. So,
what was the question?
The question was, which beleaguered, battered, and belittled HR tech company leads in VC funding over the past 5 years?
Zenefits?
It would be Zenefits.
Look at that.
Nice call. And they've secured in past 5 years, despite everything that's happened with that company, $584 million in multiple rounds of funding.
Wow.
So yeah,
Well,
how about
good for
that?
them. Good
Yeah.
for them. So that's all we have for this week's edition of 5 Minutes of Management. For Rick Bell, I'm Frank Kalman. We'll see you next time.
Right, and make sure and subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and track us down on Twitter. We're all over the place on social media.
LinkedIn. LinkedIn too.
LinkedIn too. So track us down.